Letting go, letting go. Feels like I'm watching you drown. Letting go.
Welcome to another edition of From the Perch. I'm Roman from the Orange Bowl Boys podcast and contributor for Canes Insight. This week, University of Miami versus Louisville. 2nd and 5, you're going to see Miami a little bit spread out here. They're in 11 set personnel with Will Mallory along the formation here, DJ Dallas in the backfield. One of the things, simple offense, you're just going to notice the space you have over the number 2 receiver, Mike Harley. They're going to have a simple concept. KJ's going to go ahead on the go, and Mike Harley's going to go on the out. Right here, Jarren Williams already automatically knows where this ball is going. They get caught right here in the boundary with a corner blitz. They're essentially sliding over to play this man and off man, and just simple pitch and catch. When you hear Manny Diaz talk about simple offense, that's simple offense. Face mask there at the end of the play would tack on another 15. Now, you just build off things. So here's the next play. Right here, you saw that space that Louisville was given before. Well, now they're starting to creep up a little bit to try to take that away. And this was something that Miami employed a little bit more this week with Brevin Jordan's absence. They had 20 personnel. You have Cam Harris and DJ Dallas now in the backfield. Now, I love the blocking that they employ here. This is going to be an RPO and a good one. Cam, looking at the line, running backs are picking up their pass protection over the last couple weeks, is going right to a spot. He knows that this is blocked over here, and they do a pretty good job. Eyes up now. Let's shift to Jarren Williams. Now you have that DB a little bit more sucked up, and Jarren throws a pretty good RPO slant, and here it is. There's the window. It's been there all year. Mike Harley, great route. Another face mask, and the University of Miami's in business. Miami gets caught using a little of its own medicine here, and more than just one way. First, you're going to notice that Louisville comes out in a 2x2 set, tight to the formation, and they're going to run a consummate man beater that Miami's employed several times, known as a mesh concept. Nothing new to football, especially when you want to beat man coverage. This number 2 wide receiver and this number 2 wide receiver in their respective sets are going to be running drag concepts with the hope that they're going to rub the other defender out. Okay, the second is the individual and recipient of the ball, Tutu Atwell, a South Florida product. But let's just go ahead and shift our focus to the number 1 wide receiver, and this is well taught. He's attaching to number 56, Michael Pickney, and look what he does. He's driving him in, okay? Rubbing is racing. Referees hardly are going to call that on the offensive guy. They're going to essentially call that a Michael Pickney potentially for holding. Now, there's Tutu Atwell again. Now, stop the tape right here. I think at this point, Miami defenders are like, okay, we gave it up underneath. No big deal. First down. There's no way that he's getting here. And this is what speed does. Speed kills. Didn't get to the spot fast enough. He's just faster than everybody on the field, and he scores. And not only does he score, he reminds all the home fans where he came from. 1st and 10, and this is going to be a big boy throw alert. And Louisville, I don't think you watched the film from the week before, because you know that over post concept that Miami scored against the Noles? Well, it's about to score on you. And let's set it up. It's a tight bunch formation with Wiggins out here as the X receiver. Here you go, pistol set. There's the fake. Now, Louisville had 8 in-the-box defenders with 2 safeties that were creeping further down closer to the box. Right here, you're going to see that this defensive tackle is stunting in. I think he also has him hooked on the other side, which could be called as defensive holding. But in this case, it's going to create a natural window for a delayed linebacker blitz. This delayed linebacker blitz, well, it's going to come right down Main Street. And earlier in the year, when Jarren Williams would go ahead and keep his head down and notice the rush, he doesn't notice it here, and he stands in the paint, takes a shot, and there's a throw. Beautiful dime, in rhythm, on time, and look, buddy, excuse me, psst, plays over here. What are you doing, man? Touchdown. Hurricanes needed an answer to combat Tutu Atwell's score, and Miami found it. Bang. When you play the University of Miami Hurricanes, you need to be on guard for the screen. And in this case, this is a really well-designed screen by offensive coordinator Dan Enos. When you consider that he has 12 set personnel, 2 tight ends, and they're tucked to the boundary side of the field, or the short side of the field in this case, obviously setting the run strength here. Now, you're also going to go ahead and add to that run strength when you have KJ Osborne come across the formation with jet sweep motion. And in this case, look at the flow of Louisville defenders going to that short side of the field. They are in prime position for a backside screen. And here it comes. Now, let me introduce you to Spider-Man, because the spidey senses were tingling right here. That pump fake, you see what Jarren saw. This defensive end jumped back in and was in prime position for an interception. That spidey sense tingled, reset, redeliver. DJ Dallas does DJ Dallas things. Touchdown. Great design play, but it took a little innate sense by a quarterback to make it happen. Couple big run pops on the day, and this is one of them. Miami in the pistol formation, and this has been working as of a recent couple weeks. And one thing you'll notice when Jarren Williams reverse pivots out to give the ball and handoff to Cam Harris in the backfield, you'll see the flow of the Louisville linebackers and a safety starting to crash pretty hard on this play, essentially almost on a run blitz. What you're going to notice right here, takes the wrong angle, and that's all he needed to go ahead and break this for a big run. Now, as Cam Harris finishes off this brilliant run, we're going to focus on a few individuals along the offensive line, especially when you consider earlier in the year, their names, well, they were under fire and criticism. But you'll notice that Campbell is at left guard, and your left tackle is Zion Nelson. Here you go. Let's also notice Corey Gaynor bodies his zero-deck defensive tackle onto the ground. Zion is dragging and riding his defensive end further into the play, taking his momentum and keeping his feet moving. And now, Campbell's awareness, maybe earlier in the year, head wasn't so much on the swivel. Man's determined and focused here. Comes back across the formation, and that's what seals the deal. 2 freshmen and Corey Gaynor. That's exciting. This is going to be touchdown number 3 by Jarren Williams, halfway to his record-setting 6 touchdowns on the day, which would break a University of Miami Hurricane record. In this case, it's going to be 20 set personnel. You have 2 halfbacks in the backfield with no tight ends, and it's going to be an RPO slant variety. Essentially, the touchdown is going to come to the slant on D. Wiggins. But I want you to notice right down here to DJ Scaife. Right here, you're going to see that he goes in and tries to take the defensive tackle. Now, the way that this play design is working, you have both running backs going away from this formation. The defensive end is unchecked. Now, in this case, DJ realizes it, tries to peel back off and get his defensive end. You know who else realized this? Jarren Williams. Because this isn't essentially going to be a regular platform throw. This is an off-platform throw, and sometimes you just need to make it work because you have somebody bearing down on you. This isn't essentially bad mechanics. This is just a quarterback understanding, hey, I got to make a play, and I can't be perfect, especially in the RPO game when timing matters more than mechanics. Perfectly thrown ball, there it is. Maybe a little behind Wiggins, who makes a great adjustment in the air. Touchdown. I'm going to highlight 2 back-to-back 3rd and long conversions, and that's pivotal when you consider that Miami hasn't particularly been a good team this year on 3rd down conversions. In this case, you're going to see Jarren Williams on 3rd and 9. He's essentially scanning the pocket, doesn't see anything open, uses his mobility, and picks up the 1st down with his feet. Now, I think that was fresh in the Louisville defenders' minds because as you see right here, Zion Nelson has got a speed rusher, and he's taking him a little bit further on the outside. Jarren Williams, sensing this, is going to essentially start to roll the pocket and roll to the right to extend the play. Now, pay attention right here. When he dropped his hands for that split second and looked to turn into a runner, this DB got sucked up. And at that point, if he's even, he's leaving. Easy pitch and catch touchdown. I think it was the mobility from the previous play that caught Louisville napping. 3rd and 5, and this is going to be another successful third down and conversion by the Miami Hurricanes. And what you're going to notice, once again, 20 set personnel. I think this was a combatant to the fact that Brevin Jordan wasn't inserted in this game due to injury. So, putting more playmakers on the field, you had the ability to put Cam Harris and DJ Dallas into the backfield. Also, take note of the formation, and particularly the number 2 wide receiver in Mike Harley. As you see him, he's lined up right on the hash, or maybe an inch outside of it. This is spread football, and I think this is going to pay dividends. Now, here you go, RPO. Now, pay attention to what you're going to notice the right guard do. This is called jump setting, when they're basically jumping to a spot. This is going to sell the run component of this. I think this sucked down the safety just enough because as you see this with the play action pass, look at what he just did. A couple false steps right there, reading that offensive lineman. Jarren decides to pull this back, and this RPO slant bang 8 variety has just been money, and he hits it so well in stride. That safety who got sucked up on that little bit of a play action pass and also the jump set, well, he wasn't there. Bang. And this is going to be the record. 6 touchdown passes by Jarren Williams on the day. And here we go. You can already see Mike Harley, the recipient of the touchdown, highlighted and circled at the top of the screen. It's 3rd and 15, and Miami's hot streak on third downs on the day would continue. Louisville, nothing crazy, nothing exotic. They're going to be in a 4-3 cover 2. Also a variant, the Tampa 2, when you notice that this Mike linebacker is going to go ahead and hightail back into the secondary. So here you go. And let's take note of the big uglies up front. They stonewall everything. Look at this pocket. This is perfect. This is what you need on 3rd and 15 for a play like this to happen. And did we mention Jarren Williams is good throwing posts? Bang.
Yeah.